Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be starting up a playthrough of Rue Valley, which launched today. Thanks very much to publisher Owlcat Games for the advance key that allowed me to play this a little bit ahead of time. So I did play a demo of this on the channel a little while ago, actually. I feel a few months, could be 6 months or even a bit more than that, but I enjoyed it. Basically, it's like a narrative RPG type game with someone who... Our character is sort of struggling with their mental health. I think we've come to a sort of remote location for a bit of therapy, I think, mainly. But we kind of get caught up in this time loop mystery, and I think we also try to sort of unpick exactly what's happening with that. I think the demo kind of ended, or at least I stopped playing it around about the time loop stuff started up, so I haven't even really seen very much of that. But let's start a completely new game, and... disclaimer, we do not support the use of unprescribed, purple or otherwise medication for mental health and warn you to avoid such things in real life. Yeah, don't take unprescribed medicine, that's not a good thing. Okay, so I kind of remember this. We've got to define our character personality. Let's see. So I forget exactly which way I went in the demo, but let's see what feels right. So we could be impulsive or calculated in terms of our decision making. At the moment we're sort of in the middle. We feel neither calculated nor impulsive, but alert and confident. I probably tend a little bit towards impatience, or it's certainly slightly more on the impulsive scale. I think I can be quite impatient. Maybe I'll do that. What does that mean by... Oh, okay. I wouldn't say I'm reckless. Interesting that you can flip those. Okay. We'll stick with impatient. Sure, sometimes you act a bit impulsive, or as you like to put it, you're quick. It saves you time and energy. Right. Now we have... could be introverted or extroverted. On a social level, probably I tend to be a bit more extroverted, I suppose. I think that should be an O. No? Extroverted. You're neither introverted nor extroverted, and you feel equally fine, completely alone as you do, surrounded by a huge crowd of people. I don't like that extroverted goes towards arrogant and nosy. Maybe we should play someone who's a bit more socially awkward. We can kind of roleplay that a little bit, perhaps. Impatient, socially awkward. Maybe I'll backtrack that. Maybe instead we should go towards being a bit indecisive, socially awkward. I don't have to play it as my own personality type, do I? Then we have emotional. We're either sensitive or indifferent. Now, I don't know what these traits mean. Now, they probably do have a bearing on certain stuff. I've got quite a lot of points still to play. I go a little bit more calculated, maybe a bit more introverted. I could put 3 points into this stuff. So, are we sensitive, dramatic, guilt-ridden, unkind, cynical? Okay, let's go cynical. We're kind of this calculated, introverted, socially awkward, cynical personality. We're emo. I think I've created an emo character. Well, that seems all right. Let's go with it. I think it's voiced, but I don't think the sort of narrator segments are. The frenetic sound of a century-old clock nudges you back to the present. The stale air perfectly complements the image of the old motel room. There we go, we see a little character there.
Still with me, Mr. Harrell?
Traits. Your personality traits determine your dialogue options. Some options that will only be available if you have a certain trait, while others might be locked by that same trait. Remember, traits are neither good nor bad. They are a crucial part of role-playing a character with a real personality. I understand. Still with me. Just nod. Introverted. He smiles and nods back.
Mr. Harrell, I'm aware of a slight lack of motivation that you may be experiencing right now.
Status effects. Okay, so we have the status effect total lack of motivation. Red ribbons on the character portrait show the status effects your character currently has. Status effects have a negative impact on your personality and dialogue options. Okay. Slight lack of motivation, more like total lack of motivation. You'd rather stay in bed all day instead of attending this farce they call therapy in the middle of nowhere.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Personality. Your personality is represented in this part of the screen. It shows your personality axis that you defined during character creation, as well as the trait that you chose. Yeah, calculated, introverted, indifferent. Doesn't show, like... yeah, alright. Select a trait to see what it does.
Now,
okay, yeah, we can do that.
I just want you to acknowledge its existence, and try to stay aware of it at all times, if possible.
Okay, so where it says indecisive. Well now, let's not make any rash decisions. We should look at it from the other side as well. Awkward. Sometimes people expect you to say something or do something, so you try. Cringe. Cynical. Your face is blank, your words are bland. There's nothing to be excited about, really. Silence befalls the room, a muffled clanging sound from outside only making the moment more uncomfortable. Blocked by cynical. I'm fine.
That's good to hear. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session, I'll allow a few questions, if there's anything.
Why do we have to do this here in the middle of nowhere?
It may be hard to understand the need for isolation at first, but my methods require complete divergence from the client's regular way of life, as well as temporary distancing from their social groups and circles. This place is ideal in that regard. However, it's understandable that you need a period of adaptation to both this idea and to your new surroundings. That's also why I haven't asked you to hand over your phone yet. But please don't be alarmed. We'll talk about everything in due time. Any other questions?
Can't you simply state that I'm fine so we can both move on with our lives?
Mr. Harrow.
He looks you straight in the eye. Okay, he's not voicing that. You know very well that it is out of the question. To dismiss you right at the start would be negligence on my part, to say the least. Besides, I am your therapist now, and when I see a person in need, I cannot ignore that. Not professionally, not personally. He looks away, stern-faced.
Never let a client down, and I'm not about to start now. Anything else?
Is another session really necessary? I was hoping this would be a one-time thing.
Mr. Harrow, your case is not to be underestimated. We need to assess the situation carefully.
Your case. Not so long ago, nobody cared about what you do. Yet now, suddenly your business is everyone's business.
This first session is more for you to get acquainted with me and my methods. We have a long road ahead of us.
He glances at the clock, almost too fast for you to notice.
Correct. That's it for today.
Through the door, you hear that sound
You
again.
should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Next to you is the source of the clangs you heard from inside, a young woman beating up an old vending machine.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Okay, we can run. Do I want to run? Do I hold to run? Doesn't look like I'm running. Oh, double click to run, okay. Have I got like a highlight button for interactable stuff? Yes, tab. I guess it's interactable. What happens if I click on it?
I'll break you open if I have to.
It's your car, sad and miserable, just like you. The machine wheezes in suffering. Can I talk to the woman?
Give me my
Or try?
coffee, you jerk!
Could she be here for therapy as well? Who knows, but unlike you, she definitely looks like she needs it. Nobody needs to be sent away from their home to this dump, regardless of their mental state. And yet, what is there to be done with lunatics like her? Let them rage around freely, yelling and kicking vending machines wherever they go? There must be a better way to help a distressed person. Perhaps you should speak with her, see if you could help somehow. I can't, I'm blocked by total lack of motivation. Alright. Can I click on the vending machine?
Spit it out already.
Okay, the bike isn't anything. What about down here? Got a bench.
Come on.
A dumpster. Plastic bottles, some empty, others half empty. A partially eaten breakfast, some old clothes, torn and faded, all covered in a mixture of grease and spoiled orange soda. Amidst this murky pool, you catch a glimpse of your own face. Smudge the reflection with your foot. Okay. Hundreds of tiny ripples form in the puddle, but instead of obscuring your identity, even more details of your face emerge. Decades worth of new wrinkles appear, and the poignant expression of a man lost in time becomes even more apparent the longer you look, the more you see it, the reflection of your inner self. That's not what's inside me. Defiantly step into the puddle and onto yourself. As you stand still in the middle of the smelly puddle, the liquid slowly sneaks through your left shoe and into your sock, while your reflection reverts to a calm, normal one. What happened? I got a soggy sock. Your left foot is trapped in a clammy prison, its nauseating dampness mocking your attempts to move and seeping deeper into your very being with every other step you make. Disgusted by moist foot, a squishing sound while walking. Just great. Okay. When you're down, you're down.
I'll break you open if I have to.
What's this thing? Transformer is buzzing softly.
Give me my coffee, you jerk.
It's coiled like a sleeping serpent. Room number 1. Nobody inside.
Out already.
Okay, let's go in the office. All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna is down?
She says to the person... Oh, she says to the other person on the end of the line. Social check. Try to get her attention. Failure. Too introverted. Okay. Not sure what happened there. It's best to let her make the first move. She'll soon notice you on her own, end the phone call and ask if she can help you. That's what receptionists are supposed to do. Pretend to look at the leaflets laying on the desk and hope she will address you eventually. You grab a leaflet and stare through it, mentally preparing for the imminent conversation. You either manage to look like you're really here for the leaflets, or she simply doesn't care.
No, the repair tech already came yesterday. Said the internet will be up by noon today.
She says to the person on the other side of the call. After a few dozen anxiety-filled seconds, you finally realise she's not about to cut her call short just because you happen to show up. Awkward. Move away from the reception desk and stop invading her personal space. Killing time. Time in the game does not progress outside of dialogue, so in order to wait until certain events happen, you need to find a way to kill time. Usually you can do that with various items and interactions around you. For example, reading a book, scrolling through your phone, or just chilling in a cosy chair. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a window.
Yes, I have rebooted the modem.
The relentless dirt has smudged and stained the glass. Beyond is the endless flat of the desert. Its vastness is hypnotizing. Don't know if I want to stare through the window to kill time yet. Let's look at other stuff.
Don't have Wi-Fi, the credit card
What's
machines
this?
are dead. We can't access reservations.
List of rules. You can't be bothered with that right now. Okay, well, what's this? Oh, laundry room. A lot of random boxes in all shapes and sizes. Some of them are labelled Ben. One says documentation. Okay. Is that literally all I can do with it? Fine. Some of this stuff might come into play later on, like in a... once the time is like looping and stuff. I'm not sure. Let's sit in the chair.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about.
The chair is not a bed, but let's be honest, it's better than standing. I'm going to mess with my phone. The phone bleeps to life with a lock screen that was obviously years old. If it wasn't a collection of pixels, it would be musty with age and neglect. Let's play a quick match of hyper-casual protagonists. Till she finishes the call. The first wave of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists appears on the phone screen. Touch one of them. You tap the one carrying a golden fork and he instantly turns into an amorphous purple splotch. A matching splotching sound effect plays at the same time, further confirming that the bowtie wearing golden fork carrying antagonist is no more. I guess I'm supposed to squash them all. Tick, tick, tick. As your mind spins around the absurdity of this game, and while your fingers roam aimlessly across the screen, a group of tiny bow-tie-wearing antagonists gather near the pile of boxes at the bottom of the screen. Tap the pile of boxes. Absolutely nothing happens. The little guys keep gathering around, keep squashing them. As soon as you're about to get the one with the goatee, a slightly larger antagonist with a monocle and pocket watch enters the play arena. Tap on the big guy. You press your finger against the monocled watchman, maybe a bit too hard. The tip of your finger slips and you almost drop your phone. You look at the screen after your heart almost skipped a beat and see that the whole screen is taken up by bold fat letters saying, "Temporal disruption." What the hell's going on? The letters disappear and you notice that the whole screen is frozen. The antagonists gathered around the pile of boxes still stand in their weirdest poses. Is there anything different on the screen? There is! A small timer at the edge of the screen is ticking down, and it's gone. The screen comes alive for a split second. The antagonists unfreeze and continue to antagonize the pile of boxes. Before you get the chance to do anything, the whole phone is covered in black. Out of the blackness, disappointing red letters appear. Protagonists defeated. Quit the game. With a quick swipe and finger flick, the game is gone and you're back staring at your old wallpaper. Minutes pass. The phone call is still not at its end.
Yeah, I don't want a customer satisfaction survey. I want the internet!
She says to whomever she's talking to. Stand up. Let's go stare out the window.
Hi, yes, Coral.
Beyond the empty parking lot, there's only barren desert, stretching as far as the eye can see, its emptiness drawing you in. You hear the receptionist mutter, as if answering some unasked question of yours. And then you notice small patches of green hidden in the sand. It seems there's always something to be found in nothingness if you stare at it long enough. Contemplate this profound insight. Is nothingness just an illusion? Emptiness but a result of failure to find those little somethings hiding deep inside? Is it possible to find something even inside the most hollow thing, only observing it over and over again until something eventually appears? The possibility unsettles you, but at the same time your mind seems willing to lock itself down, unable or unwilling to continue. You stay in this clinch, unwilling to discard the thought, but unable to proceed. After a while, the window stops being interesting. The receptionist is still arguing with the internet service provider, and you're getting restless. Okay, let's leave. What else can I do?
Said it'd be up by noon today, but it's 8 p.m. now.
Make myself known. Okay, so awkwardness is blocking me from doing anything, apart from checking out the leaflets again. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red jumpsuits cheering with bottles of water above it all. The Coral Destiny logo. What's on the other side? The picture of an endless desert. The caption at the bottom reads, "Free bottled water for the people of Rue Valley, courtesy of Coral Destiny, your favourite space agency." Alright, take it. Inventory. Items you pick up are stored here. While not in dialogue, you can select them and interact with them. Also, some items will show more information on their icon, for example, Wi-Fi availability or battery level on your phone. Leave, I guess?
Yes, your colleagues already suggested I reboot
Okay,
the
that's my phone. That's the leaflet. Alright, read it. Kill some time. You start to read the tiny letters that contain everything you're not interested in. It reminds you of times you forgot your phone while going to the bathroom and were forced to read blurbs from cleaning products and air fresheners. I can't even imagine what people had to go through before smartphones were invented. Yeah, and how about before cleaning products and air fresheners? Consider yourself lucky that you have a small piece of literature with rockets and spacemen. Read on. At Coral Destiny, we believe innovations should serve the everyday needs of the communities around us. That's why we proudly provide fresh, purified bottled water completely free of charge, to the residents of Rue Valley. Delivered regularly and held to the highest quality standards, our water is just one example of how we're committed to a healthier, brighter future right here on Earth. Yawn. Your eyes keep reading, but the information doesn't reach your brain. Nevertheless, time begins to pass. Come on, love, get off the phone. After a while, you realise that you switch from reading text to just looking at pictures. The art is ugly. Time goes by and the girl at the reception desk is still talking.
No, she said Sunday noon. I wrote it down. I'm not... Sunday or later? That's... No. This is such a waste of time.
Finally, the girl hangs up, ending the forever call.
Hi, can I help you? I would have hung up earlier if I knew you were waiting for me. You're too quiet.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, that's so sweet of you. Okay, let's get you into your room. So, number 6. That's the last one on the 2nd floor. Everything's ready for you. And...
She raises her hand, holding a piece of blue and red plastic.
This is your key card.
Nod and wait for her to put it on the counter.
Oh, I see you're confused by this. You were expecting an old-fashioned key, weren't you?
She's excitedly waving the card around her head.
Well, we decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Awkward. Keycards are great. She nods in response, but then continues as if you haven't said anything.
Actually, one reason, to be perfectly honest, the guests just kept on losing their keys. It was exhausting, and my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
Let's do cynical. Take a deep breath, roll your eyes, and wait for her to finish. After some time, you come back to reality only to find her still talking.
What is that? It makes my life so much easier.
She takes a deep breath, planning to continue, but a notification sound from her phone interrupts her. She immediately grabs the phone, smiles, and starts typing a message as if she suddenly forgot she was talking with you. But after a few seconds, she puts the phone down and hands you the keycard.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
She puts some kind of document on the counter. Sure, sign it.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. Alright, I think we spent enough time in here. Let's get out and get into our room, I guess. So there's some other stuff to look at kind of on the way. There's a poster here. The colours have been bleached by the sun, but you can still make out the image of an orange setting sun, as well as the words Rue Valley written above the illustration. Have a look. The picture is quite detailed, but the colours have been obliterated by the sun, making it impossible to discern the main subject, let alone the finer details. You squint your eyes and try to make sense of the confusing shapes, but everything seems blurred and distorted. However, as you keep looking, you finally start to see a magnificent stage, a ballerina dancing gracefully, a lively group of musicians, and an audience dressed in formal attire. Okay, work our way down, I suppose. The stage is adorned with elegant curtains, and a strange chandelier is hanging from the edge of the poster. Ballerina wearing a tutu stands in the centre of the poster, on point, with her arms gracefully extended above her head, almost like she's waving to you. The varnished wood of the violins is reflecting the orange hues of the setting sun. The curved bodies of cellos stand tall and proud, and the trumpet player holds his instrument with arched back, his silhouette reminiscent of a tree struck by lightning. The men appear to be dressed in tuxedos, the women in elegant evening gowns. They seem to be fixated on the stage, their overly stylized faces seemingly expressing a range of emotions from awe to excitement. Blocked by total lack of motivation. Yeah, fine. I guess we'll leave that be then. We've got a bench. Is that just for killing time? Looks uncomfortable. Got a bus stop. No bus till tomorrow. Should we just get out of town? The setting sun paints the world with purples and oranges, but far down the road, dark clouds gather. You won't get far without a car. Stare at the road for a while. A feeling of longing and restlessness starts to well up inside you, and you can't help but wonder what lies beyond the horizon, beyond the limits of this suffocating desert. But even if you weren't trapped here, you wouldn't go. You may long for the sense of adventure that comes with being on the road, but all you can do is stand and stare and wish for what could have become of the young man that you once were, a long time ago. Yeah. Sad. Alright, let's get up to our room. So ours is the one at the end. I don't think there's... okay, well I've just clicked on the one that is our room. The paint is peeling from the wood of the door, but number 6 is a new, shiny and chrome. Let's unlock the door with my keycard. A tiny green dot of light shows up near the knob. The door is unlocked. Enter. Yay, what have we got? We have a chair. What's this? List of rules we can't be bothered with. Should we unpack? Hundreds of strangers have slept in this bed, leaving behind flakes of dead skin. Still, you can't wait to jump into the sheets and contribute to the collection. Unfortunately, between you and the object of your desire, on the folded sheets lies a dusty suitcase. Your suitcase. The smallest one you own. Okay, we can't open it because blocked by our total lack of motivation. Alright, put it away. Yeah, it's such a chore, but if you don't open it, how will you replace your damp sock with a dry one? The more you prolong it, the worse it will get. If you don't unpack now, it'll feel even harder and more pointless to do it later. Step by step, a simple act of unpacking will become an insurmountable burden, and even thinking about it will make you feel weak and powerless. Do you really want to trudge back down into that deep black pit, accompanied by the squishing sound of your wet sock? Alright, let's open the suitcase, just get it done already. There's not much in the suitcase. Spare clothes, phone charger, a toothbrush, and a couple of other items that you really weren't planning on staying here long. Well, you better see if they have laundry facilities. Sessions, Dr. Fink said. Days, weeks, months even? I'm actually not indecisive, I don't think. Oh, I am indecisive. Let's pack this up. Check if we can... Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure how the checks work, if I'm honest, but... Okay, you replace the mushy sock with a dry one. Plug in your phone charger above the bedside cabinet. Put your spare clothes in the closet, your slippers next to your bed, and your toothbrush in a cup under the bathroom mirror. And now that the suitcase has been dealt with, this motel room is officially your home. That'll do. That's the spirit. Alright, let's check out the bathroom. We've got a sink. Maybe we should wash up. There are so many dark patches that this can barely be called a mirror. A small cup holds your implements of oral hygiene. Let's brush our teeth. You grab the toothbrush from the cup. First, wet your toothbrush. That's the obvious and correct way of doing it. I don't care what anyone else says. As soon as you turn on the tap, a horrible smell fills your nostrils. It's like there's a plumbing issue in hell and all that blocked sewage is feeding directly into this faucet. Oh dear. Then you see the water streaming out of the tap. It's a robust shade of jet black mixed with chunks of silt. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm not touching that water. Alright, look at the mirror. The tap lets out a sad squeal. The mirror's splotches make interesting patterns on your face. They conceal a dark circle here, a mole there, a patch of wrinkles. I know that face too well. No need to discern every little detail. Truth be told, you prefer not to look at it. Alright, let's leave then. We could go down to the office and report our nasty plumbing. There's nothing you care about on the other side. Oh. Okay. You sure? I wouldn't mind going to report my nasty plumbing. Despite the tight bed sheets and crisp-looking pillow, the bed reeks of dust and age. Let's just fall onto the bed. You fall onto the bed with all your weight. It croaks and squirms, and a cloud of dust and skin particles rises up. As soon as your head touches the rough pillow, though, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. Oh, we've lost the wet sock thing. You're desperate to get some sleep, yet after weeks of wakeful nights you know it won't come that easy. Let's read the leaflet, that'll help. A picture of a huge rocket and a group of people in red... I think we've seen it before. Let's read it again to kill some time. I was hoping it would send us to sleep, and hope sleep will come. There we go. You come back to the part where you think you stopped last time. Read on, let time pass. The small leaflet can only keep you occupied a short while. Alright, I'll put it back in the pocket then. Messing with a phone is never a good idea. It wakes your brain up. It doesn't make you sleepy. Let's just close our eyes and hope sleep will come. Your ears are pierced by a ringtone that you swore to change years ago. Alright, let's check who's calling. The screen simply says, unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. We'll answer it.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
The line crackles heavily, as if the man is speaking from the distant past. What can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Harrow, the real question is, what can we do for you? My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy?
Ulterior, Mr. Harrow, with an umlaut. And please don't let the name fool you. We are the most respectable yet cutting-edge agency, which means we work on the edge of, but still inside, the established legal framework. In fact, we are the leader in our field.
Sounds totally legit.
Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
Are you referring to my psychotherapy here in Rue Valley?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank with you. I have no idea where this true valley of yours is, but we will work together to put an end to this undue response to your, well, unique situation. I mean, we have only known each other for a couple of minutes, and I can already see what a strong-willed individual you are. You know what you want, and nothing will stop you from getting it. So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Okay, we're too indecisive. We can only have one choice. Well, do I have to decide right now? This is all happening so suddenly.
I completely understand what you're trying to say, Mr. Harrow. To make things easier for you, I'll simply write down your general consent here and forward your case to my colleagues in our paralegal department. They'll contact you shortly. Well, Mr. Harrow, it was a colossal pleasure talking with you. Juice!
Before you have a chance to say anything, the phone line is already dead. But at least now you know you're not the only one who realizes the absurdity of the mandated psychotherapy. Let's close our eyes again. I don't think it's a good idea to fiddle with the phone. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, because your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Oh, what we got? Mind map, memories. This is your mind map. It is a representation of all the memories you have and how they are connected. When a new memory is available, you can recall it by selecting and activating it. Once the memory is activated, it can open dialogue choices in relation to that memory. Okay. So what we got? Just the... Oh, no, there's one down here too. What we got? The vending machine vandal. The image of the young woman flashes before your mind's eye. She's punching and kicking the old vending machine. Could she be here for therapy as well? Ignore her. It is what it is. You have nothing to say, nothing to do, just the bare minimum. Alright. One of the swirling images, the bushy eyebrows of your new psychotherapist, emerge, bouncing up and down as he talks. Just nod. Are you conserving your words or hiding the fact that you just don't have any? I bet it's the latter. You have survived the first session with your psychotherapist, Dr. Gideon Fink. Despite your effort to act normal, it seems he plans to keep you here for some time. Percy Rugger, you see yourself lying in the bed in your new motel room, holding your phone next to your right ear.
Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Sounds like a legit organization, don't you think? And then we got the receptionist. From the blur of half-formed memories and impressions, an image of the receptionist emerges. You're desperately trying to catch her attention, but she's completely engrossed in the ongoing phone call. Gentle look at the leaflets. What a pathetic attempt at acting. Or were you a bad actor on purpose, hoping she'd take pity on you? Robin Fleming. Okay. As your consciousness keeps spinning around, the carousel of recent experiences warps into a single vision, suspended between sleep and waking. You find yourself staring at the smallest suitcase you own, perched on rumpled motel sheets. Everything is packed. Clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, a couple of other items. I'm ready to go home. As you reach for the handle, you notice a toothless gap, as if the suitcase forgot to fully exhale. Then the gap widens just a little and something shifts inside. The suitcase jerks. Better shut it tight first. The suitcase feels too alive. With a loud hiss, the seam splits and a snake's head appears, lidless eyes fixed on yours. Then more hisses follow and more snakes emerge, liquid as death and cold as oil. Their bodies twist into knots, ready to spill all over the sweaty sheets. Close it, close it! You slam the lid down. The latch snaps shut, silencing the hisses. For now. I gotta get rid of the suitcase. Let's shove it under the bed and get out of here. Out of sight, out of mind. As you descend the stairs, midday heat pricks your neck with sweat, and you think of everything you left inside the suitcase. It's just clothes, phone charger, toothbrush, a couple of other items. And snakes. You enter the reception area. No one's here, and even the AC is turned off. The air is hostile and heavy. Can't wait here, it's too hot. On a desk, a stack of pristine checkout forms sits beside a pen. Perhaps you can just do it yourself. Yeah, let's get this over with. Name, date of birth, length of stay, but a single mischievous drop of ink escapes the pen and begins swelling into a blot. A puddle, a pond spreading across the form as sweat spreads across your shirt. Snatch another form and start over. You slap the new form over the old one. The blot seeps upwards. Your sweat drips downwards. The paper becomes a battleground of stains. Your tongue feels swollen, your throat dry. It's no use, just keep writing. You write all the words in black on a completely black paper and sign it in black. Not your fault, after all. You did what you could. Now it's time to leave and find something to drink. Get out already. The parking lot shimmers in the heat. Asphalt soft underfoot. Across it, the vending machine glows like a mirage, its glass fogged with condensation. Insert coin, press button. The machine hums. Light flickering, but no bottle comes out. Insert coin, press button. You drop another coin, clink, press, hum. Still nothing. Insert coin, press button. The world narrows to the clink of metal, the press of your finger, the machine's empty whir. Maybe this time it'll work. The checkout dream. You tried to leave this damned motel and all that therapy nonsense behind, but everything kept falling apart. Okay. Not enough willpower. Don't worry, it wasn't even a real memory. But it is an embodiment of my feelings. Or like random neural activity in your brain. Synapses sparking from nothing. Best forget about it. It didn't feel random. It could be, but are you strong enough to remember it? Brave enough to confront it? Blocked by total lack of motivation, not yet. Vroom! Screech. The sound of a car engine and screeching tyres urges you to open your eyes, bringing you back to miserable reality once again. Thirsty, apparently. Status effect changes. Some status effects can have a greater impact on your personality. Thirsty, for example, nudges you just 1 point towards the impulsive side. Okay, but some other status effects have a much greater influence, and in some cases drastically change the personality you defined in character creation. Okay. Your head is still spinning in a whirlwind of uncontrollable thoughts. Your nostrils pick up a curious smell of dust, and your throat is as dry as a desert. It was foolish to hope you'd fall asleep. Alright, let's get up and find some water. I'm not going to drink the smelly stuff in the bathroom, that seems gross. Let's head out and see if we can find something.
God
Oops.
damn it!
You hear the man yell from inside his vehicle, even though through the tinted windshield you can feel his frustration.
Come on, start, you piece of shit!
He seems to be in a hurry. In a hurry to break his neck, perhaps. Come to think of it, could be that's exactly what he's trying to do. Well, I'd rather not think about that right now. Right, let's find something to drink. What happens if I do click on the other door? It probably doesn't do anything. Door marked with number 5. Knock. Nothing happens. Knock. Nothing happens. Knock. Rule of 3. Nothing happens. Alright, we'll leave. Try something 3 times, and if it still doesn't happen, it's probably not gonna. Now, let's go into the office, because I want to report our smelly water as well. Whoa! You jump as if someone stabbed you in the stomach. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here. Shrug it off. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. It's pumping, but there's nothing to there's nothing to use this unwanted excessive adrenaline for. So it keeps lingering, eating you from the inside out while you stand alone and thirsty in the middle of an empty parking lot. Right, let's go back inside. I need water. Me thirsty. The receptionist's eyes are closed and you can hear music blasting from her headphones. She doesn't seem to have noticed you. Okay, I'm going to ring the bell this time. She opens her eyes and jumps away, startled by your presence.
Mr. Harrow!
She takes off her headphones.
Sorry, I didn't notice you. What can I do for you?
Didn't mean to startle you, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you got my blood pumping. No worries, though. What can I do for you?
I'm thirsty.
Oh, yes, I forgot. Don't drink the tap water. You can get a bottle for free at the vending machine instead. Just press the button.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, Mr. Harrow. Have a nice evening.
Alright, okay. Let's go to the vending machine then. Didn't seem to be working earlier, but who knows. Hopefully you won't have to melt ice in your mouth to quench your thirst. Okay, well let's check the vending machine as a starting point, shall we? What's this? Why is this doing that? I don't know. The battered machine seems to be decades old, except for a newly installed, comically large reddish button. Check the label on the button. It reads, "Drinking water for the people of Rue Valley, free of charge, courtesy of Coral Destiny. Push reddish button." With a bang and a clang, the machine vomits out a bottle of water. Take it. The almost frozen plastic feels slippery in your sweaty hand. You can't wait to drain it of its precious fluid. What happened there? I missed what that pop-up said. Close. Drinky drink. Drink it. Your thirst screams at you to gulp down the whole bottle right now, but there's no need to hurry. Take it one sip at a time. Can I take another one? Boom! Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red, and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety washes over you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky on fire any better than you can from your own past. Anxious apprehension. At least I don't have to face it. Close your eyes. Your eyelids connect, and darkness greets you for a mere second, but as always, the carousel of suffering starts spinning immediately. How do I stop? That's easy. Simply stop being you. Nobody can stop being themselves. The receptionist says whimsically, emerging from the whirlwind. What I wasn't expecting is you. But the receptionist disappears, and instead the fiery sky begins burning its way through the darkness, cutting several straight, narrow slits in your closed eyelids. Anxious apprehension. I want this to stop. Well then, keep craving, keep clinging, keep suffering. I have no choice. Ooh, 8 p.m. Feel like we're going to be back in the psychiatrist office. Stop the carousel and focus on something else. Surely there's something pleasant to think of instead of this bushy-eyebrowed psychotherapist and his lame excuse for therapy. Think of something soothing. But Dr. Fink only seems to become more real.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
It's all right.
He pauses for a
I'm aware
moment.
that you may be experiencing a slight lack of motivation right now, and will surely be coming back to this condition of yours.
Lack of motivation, that's the least of your worries while your mind is filled with this crushing, overwhelming sense of impending... Wait, did you hear that? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside diverts your frail attention. For some unknown reason, your heartbeat accelerates and cold sweat appears in your armpits.
At all times, if possible.
The doctor finishes, apparently expecting some sort of answer from you. Just nod.
Good. Now, in order to keep us focused, I always limit the session length to exactly 1 hour, hence the alarm. However, since this is your first session...
He stops mid-sentence and gives you a concerned
Mr.
look.
Harrow, you're shaking. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, you endured the whole session stoically so far, but this one moment of anxiety, it could completely ruin your chances of being sent home anytime soon. Emotional check. Oh dear, this isn't going to go well. Try and act like the stable, well-adjusted person that you are. Oh, we succeeded. Okay. There's no denying you're upset, and the doctor has noticed it already. Best to be honest about it. I just suddenly started feeling anxious all of a sudden. He nods.
That's understandable. Sometimes, anxiety seems to appear out of nowhere, which can be quite frightening. But even though the experience is not pleasant at all, you should always keep in mind that it is a completely normal emotion, and as such, it will eventually pass. And may I add, your willingness and strength to identify and communicate your inner state is very commendable. Trying to understand our feelings is always a good idea, and very often a necessary step in the process of getting better.
He pauses for a moment.
May I ask, how is your sleep these days?
It's not so good.
I guessed so.
He seems to inspect the dark circles under your
then,
eyes.
If you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight...
He opens his hand, revealing a single purple pill lying on his palm. There's no reflection in his glasses. Above them is a pair of bushy eyebrows. Okay, guess reach for the pill.
Remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you. Alright, well... let's check out the clock. 8:03 p.m. Can I go in his bathroom?
The exit is behind you. That's the bathroom.
Can I use it?
Of course.
Thank you. Ooh, what's he got? He's got a little comic or something. The book's cover is dominated by a stunning redhead, her face elegantly made up, her dress tight. Shadows gather all around her, but a gun in her hand shows she's ready for any threat. Not to mention, with that décolletage, she's definitely dressed to kill. Above the woman, the title, Lilith Undercover. Below, the author's name, T.J. Sampson. Toilet literature. Ignore it. Alright, what else we got in here? Should we look in his sink? Is his sink smelly water as well? A troubled and disoriented man greets your gaze from the other side of the mirror. He looks exactly like you, but somehow he doesn't feel like you. What's happening to me? You must have gotten lost in thought for a moment while the doctor was speaking. It couldn't possibly happened more than a couple of minutes ago. But it feels like an hour has passed since. And then the sound of that old alarm clock awakened you from a daydream you can't remember, and this overwhelming tsunami of dread appeared out of nowhere. I'm not going to take the pill with that water. Let's be paranoid. There's something fishy about this mirror. Good eye. Could it be that there's a hidden camera behind it and he's secretly recording his patients? Impossible. He wouldn't, or would he? Only one way to find out. Open the cabinet. You open the cabinet door carefully. But there's no sign of a secret camera inside. Instead, you find toothpaste, a roll of paper, and a bottle of whiskey. Look at the label. An illustration depicts a stoic armoured warrior, icicles clinging to his moustache as he stares blankly through a bottle clutched in his bare, frozen hand. Below the figure, in purple old-fashioned font, it says, Numb Night Sour Mash. The recipe stays the same. 40% alcohol by volume. Take a few sips. Status gain. Tipsy. What does that do? You're not exactly drunk, but it has dulled your anxiety a bit and opened you up to other people, as well as to all kinds of spur-of-the-moment decisions you might regret later. So, craving another drink, +1 impulsive, +2 extroverted, +1 indifferent. Okay. Interesting. Strong, harsh-tasting liquid fills your mouth. After you swallow it, a dark, nutty and salty flavour undertone begin emerging. Let's leave the bottle. Should we splash some water on our face? He'll probably realise it smells bad. Yeah, same thing. Somehow this doesn't surprise you. Instead, it's almost like you expected it to happen. Well, I'm not touching that water. Thank you very much. That's had a sad squeal. Let's leave.
Refreshed yourself? Feeling a bit better now?
Tipsy, much better.
That's good to hear. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrow.
Bye. Alright. The source of the clangs is a young woman beating up an old vending machine. For some reason, looking at her makes you even more nervous. I might be able to talk to her now after that whiskey.
Break you open if I have to.
I'm blocked by anxious. Yeah, I'm blocked by anxious apprehension. Alright, just get away then. Let's go into reception then.
Physical antenna. Yes. On the roof. Of course it's urgent.
She pauses for a
Hold
second.
on, I have someone on the other line.
She presses a button on the
Hello,
phone.
reception? Oh, what can I do for you, Dr. Fink? If it's about the Wi-Fi,
She pauses again and directs her gaze towards you.
yes, he's here. Of course, no problem.
In an instant, the realization dawns on you. Because of your anxious behavior at the end of the session, Dr. Fink must have warned the receptionist of your condition. Tipsy. Wink at her. She winks back at you, then smiles as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later.
She ends the call and turns to you.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
She continues in the same breath without waiting for your
Everything
answer.
is in perfect order. Don't you worry a bit about anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's get you into your room.
Her voice is full of enthusiasm.
So, number 6. That's the last one. This is your key card.
I'll just say thank you this time and reach towards it. You stretch your arm politely, hoping she'll hand you the card, but she's completely ignoring your gesture and is excitedly waving it around.
You're confused.
Let's just skip the stuff we've heard before. Suddenly she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I'm looking forward to hearing it sometime.
Here.
She hands over the keycard and puts some kind of
I'll
document
just
on the
need your
counter.
Signature.
Paranoid. Read it first. It won't get you this way. Don't forget the small print.
Oh, are you a lawyer, perhaps?
Why do you ask?
Just that, people usually sign it without reading. It's probably the same in every motel. I bet my father copied it from a template he found online or something.
I prefer to know what I'm signing, thank you very much. You know you have to be careful and look for a hidden loophole or suspicious wording they may try to use against you, but the numb night is making it even harder to unread this legalese mess, let alone understand a word of it. If only you were a lawyer, or at least sober. Well, time to click the I agree button and prepare for the unknown consequences. Sign the document begrudgingly.
Thank you for your trust, sir.
She says with a barely visible
I'm
smirk.
here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Bye. I suppose that woman's left the vending machine, has she?
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Nah, she's still doing it. Has the poster changed? I'm interested in. The words Rub Wallet are written above the illustration of an orange setting sun. Inspect the illustration. The image on the poster is worn and faded, but you can make out a group of people gathered around a woman who's holding up what appears to be a wallet. You notice that the people's faces are twisted into grotesque expressions of greed and envy. Their eyes are fixed on the woman with the wallet. Yeah, enough of this nonsense, thank you. Let's leave. So it was a ballet before. I mean, Rub Wallet could be, like if the writing was very faded, could be Rue Ballet, but it didn't say anything about that before. Unlock the door. Alright. Well, deal with our suitcase again. Why am I afraid of unpacking? Perhaps you're scared of what you might find inside, or maybe worried that by unpacking you accept that you're going to stay here for some time. What could be inside? Snakes. You. Perhaps I can relax in the armchair just a bit. Okay, we're not doing that now then. What about the bathroom? I don't want to drink the water. Look at the mirror again. Stranger who looks exactly like you is staring you straight in the eye. I'm going to leave. I really don't want to drink that water. I could kill some time in the chair, perhaps. And then maybe we'll go to the drink machine. As soon as your buttocks touch the frayed armchair seat, tiredness overwhelms you. Coming to this nowhere motel to attend therapy you don't need has drained you both physically and mentally. All you want is to sleep, but unnerving restlessness is gnawing at you from the inside, like a colony of termites munching on a piece of dead wood. Stare at my suitcase. What a pitiful inert object. It's full of my stuff. Stuff, clothes, phone charger, toothbrush. Might as well be empty, but it isn't. And it won't ever be without your help. Alright, let's mess with my phone this time. I'm not going to do that protagonist thing. Let's just scroll through the feed. You start scrolling, but every post looks like you've already seen it. Same old, same old. Alright, let's close our eyes then. Check who's calling. Unknown number again. Okay, let's answer it.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Who wants to know?
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
Who gave you this number?
Well, Mr. Harrow, to be honest, I don't even have your number. It was randomly selected by the computer. The privacy of our potential clients is among our core values here at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. Now, if my information is correct, you have recently been unjustly forced to participate in treatment which, in our opinion, may have consequences not aligned with your best interests.
Are you referring to my psychotherapy here?
Mr. Harrow, let me be frank.
Okay, we'll skip through the stuff we've heard it before.
So I presume you're ready for the next step in our cooperation?
Do I have to decide right now?
I completely understand what... Well, Mr.
Close my eyes again, I guess. And as your mind begins to drift, reality fades away. For a precious moment, there's only darkness and silence, but your mind refuses to calm down, and soon your thoughts start chasing each other in circles. Here we are again. Okay. I can scroll out. Okay, so just make sure we're not missing anything. Doesn't seem like it. Suddenly, the night sky turns blood red and you feel an infinite scream passing through everything. Unbearable anxiety engulfs you. Get away! But you can't run away from the whole sky being on fire any better than you can run from your own past. And suddenly everything happened again. Everything again, but nothing after. For a split second, the whole world was exploding, but it was just a thunderclap, the loudest one you ever witnessed. Never a dull moment here, shrug it off. Your mind says it's nothing, but your heart is still racing from the sudden shock. Judging by the careless driving you just witnessed, the man is either under the influence or another patient of Dr. Fink's. He seems to be in a hurry. Hurry to break his neck, perhaps. When did this happen? This evening, but later. The meaning of what you've just experienced is still hard to grasp. Is this some weird déjà vu? The memories seem so real, and yet these things clearly never happened. Have you actually gone completely mad and they were right to send you to Dr. Fink? Or what if the careless driver really does show up? What if lightning actually strikes the motel and the sky turns deep red? Mind map intentions. The combination of several specific memories can create an idea, and with enough inspiration or willpower points, you can turn that idea into an intention. Intention opens new dialogue options that will lead you through the journey of completing that intention. Keep in mind that not all that you intend can be successfully achieved. Okay, what we got here? Memory or fantasy? Intention. How could you remember something that is yet to happen? Then again, why would you imagine events so specific? Not enough willpower. You want to get up and find out if these strange memories will play out in reality, or if it all is but the fever dream of a lunatic. Yet you can't, it's all too much. All you really want to do is forget you ever even had these weird visions. To forget about being here. To forget about the incident. This total lack of motivation is blocking us from a lot of things. Stay in the armchair forever. Close my eyes again, I guess. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return again, chasing one another. You can't seem to calm down until at last you open your eyes again. Okay, well, back to the phone then, I guess. Let's play hyper-casual protagonists, I suppose. Skip past it. This is supposed to be relaxing. Purple pill. There's nothing else to do it but swallow the purple pill. There we go. Swallowing a pill without any water is not a pleasant task, true, but getting up to get some water definitely feels like too much of an effort. Alright, let's force the pill down our throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. You have no idea how long it'll take until the effects kick in, so there's nothing to do but wait. Oh well, let's do the phone again. I want to see if we start to hallucinate. Alright, put the phone away then. Fine. Close your eyes. As soon as you close your eyes, the images return again, each one chasing another. But gradually your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you. Paranoid, no fear. Oh, we've lost anxious apprehension, that's good. Was it the purple pill? Or was it the numb night? Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Embrace the sweet relief. Like a leaf on the wind, you're tossed this way and that. But what is this? A tiny spark of light seems to have taken root deep inside you. Must have broken away from that mighty forked bolt of the brightest lightning you ever saw earlier. A spark, still without shape, still without purpose, but full of potential. The sound of the loudest thunder jerks you out of your slumber. The speck of energy, now fully grown, is pulsing in your chest. You remember this feeling. Got 2 inspirations. Inspiration points are small sparks of inspiration that you can use to motivate ideas and turn them into intentions. Be aware that when you spend them, they're gone for good. Okay, so that's above our little head now. Continue. As you finally recognize what it is, your pathetic attempt at forgetting about what you experienced earlier is shattered. What have I got down here? This is my mind map. Okay, so we could do that. And we probably should. Let's get this idea. You have to find out if the careless driver showed up again. You must know if the sky really will be set ablaze. You need to see if everything will happen again, and if it does, you need to remember. The loudest of thunders happened as you foresaw, so are the other strange visions real too? Did the careless driver visit the motel while you were sleeping? Will the sky really turn red? Okay, let's get up. Active intentions. Here you can see your active intentions. Select them to see more details about how to complete them. Choosing an intention will open the mind map. Okay. I mean, I think we know what to do. I'll click on it though just to show it. Yes, it brings us back here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So what? Okay. My phone's getting a bit low. What happens if I click on my suitcase now? Will it actually unpack it? Somehow the suitcase seems less important now. I mean, fair. The rain has slackened off and you can see nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing you could put your finger on. If the careless driver visited the motel, he surely left already while you were sleeping. Yet, as you exit the room, the hair rises on the back of your neck and an eerie sensation takes hold of you. Investigate strange occurrences. Glance towards the parking lot. As you stare at the reflections on the wet, dark asphalt, the memory begins unfolding in your mind again. He enters the car, starts the engine, and then he hits the transformer while driving in reverse, smashing his rear light before driving away in a cloud of smoke. If this really happened, you may be able to find some evidence down there. That's right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. Let's go. Still tipsy. Alright. Have a look. As you come close to the transformer, you immediately notice a couple of red plastic shards. Let's look at the shards. There are several small ones scattered all around, translucent triangles and rhomboids. The largest of them is lying right next to the transformer, shiny and wet, boldly staring at you from the dirty asphalt. Inspect the largest shard. The shard is obviously part of a broken taillight. This means he's been here already, there's no other option. Or is there? It could have been lying here for days from some other vehicle. Could be. If only there was a way to know for sure. Oh. It's happening again! Everything happened again. And then, before you can wrap your head around all this, the skies are once again set ablaze, exactly as you remembered, only confusing you even further. What will happen now? Will you find yourself back at Dr. Fink's office in a moment? Will you remember anything? Or was this a one-time thing and the evening will now continue as if nothing has happened? Befuddled, you cast your gaze on your wristwatch. It's 8:47 p.m. Time. From now on, you will have the exact time displayed here. Pay attention to it, because in Rue Valley, situations change when the time changes. Characters might leave some locations and arrive at others. Their mood might change. They might act differently at different times. Interesting. Okay. They say we're young and we don't know. That was the song, wasn't it, in Groundhog Day that he keeps waking up to? The frenetic sound of the alarm nudges you back to the present.
With me, Mr. Harold?
Wait, don't answer him. He's only trying to confuse you to make you forget.
Harold, can you hear me?
And you need to remember. To remember? Yes, there's something very important. A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside interrupts your train of thought. And suddenly, an image of a young woman punching and kicking the old vending machine emerges in your mind. But like the first rock in an avalanche, it's inevitably followed by others, and more memories start emerging. The receptionist, the thunder, the mysterious driver, and finally that of yourself standing in front of the transformer under the fiery sky, hoping you won't forget everything again. Have a look at this. Yeah, hold to wrap up, sure. As you struggle to pull the memories in correct order, your mental fog dissipates and two simple words form on your lips. Time loop. You're in a time loop. Seems like you're trapped in some sort of time loop where the same 47 minutes repeat over and over.
Time loop?
Oh, we said that quiet part out loud, I think. Dr. Fink's voice pulls you back to the old motel room.
I don't think I follow, Mr. Harold. Would you care to elaborate?
Time loop. You're in a time loop. I'm trapped in a time loop. Well, ain't that the smartest thing to say to a psychotherapist at the end of your first session? He's probably going to draft you a certificate of sanity right now. He gives you a concerned look, just before he starts to scribble something in his notebook. You're pretty sure that he wrote down the word crazy at least once. The next 47 minutes are repeating over and over again. He scribbles a few more words.
And how does that make you feel?
He doesn't believe you. He thinks you're crazy. You don't believe me.
Mr. Harold, it doesn't matter if I believe you or not. We are here to understand your situation and take the appropriate actions.
Another scribble. You think I'm crazy? Yes.
Of course not. I'm just keeping notes so we can be on track in our next sessions. For which I think you could use a good night's rest. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Do I want to get tipsy again? Oh, I can move around with Waz. That's cool. Okay, well, I think that's probably a good place to leave it for now. we're going into loop number 3. We've lost our total lack of motivation, so I expect we're going to be able to do a few more things that was blocking us from doing previously. So it's be cool to kind of maybe talk to the woman at the vending machine, maybe converse a bit more with the receptionist. Who knows? Who knows what we can do now, but they're actually not totally demotivated. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. Do leave a comment as well. Let me know if you're looking forward to watching any more of the series, if you're going to play the game yourself, if you have any theories about what might be going on, or it's a bit early for that probably, but you know, any thoughts welcome. A big thank you as well to our channel members. It's great how you guys are continuing to support the channel, and it's very appreciated. And if anyone else is interested in seeing upcoming episodes in this series or any of the other series that are run on Boring Dad Gaming a little bit ahead of time, that'd be awesome. But for now, thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.